Beginning transmission.
This is the audio log of Dr. Cool, O5 Council member, as well as Supreme Commander, Mobile Task Force Alpha 1, also known as the Red Right Hand. Hello everyone. Now, today I have another request from our agent, DesiPanda 674. He had requested earlier that I do an article file on SCP-1106, or the Baby Maker SCP. Today, he has also requested another SCP file. It seems that Agent Panda seems to be the busy field operative here for this week. 2 assignments at once, I can respect that. But anyway, he has sent in the request, and it is one of the other SCPs that I have spent some time studying. It is just mostly through the look of how it looks like it comes from Africa or some other ancient tribe of the Middle East possibly. Unfortunately, we do not know where its origins it originated from. However, it is an interesting SCP to read, and I shall be reading it for you today. So, let us begin. Item number SCP-1039. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1039 is to be kept within a sealed 10 meter by 10 meter containment cell at all times. No unauthorized personnel are permitted to enter the containment cell unless specifically instructed by a Security Clearance Level 4 or higher site supervisor. The interior of the cell is to be kept under constant remote surveillance through the designated wall-mounted security cameras, the footage of which is to be periodically reviewed by an assigned staff. All abnormalities and changes in behavior discovered during a review of the surveillance footage are to be recorded and reported to researchers assigned to the object. Any personnel entering within a 14-meter exterior radius of the containment cell ought to have all items of their person removed and accounted for before being temporarily deposited within a locked and secured container outside the perimeter of SCP-1039's area of effect, unless they are instructed to retain possession of said items by a site supervisor prior to entering the area. Once personnel exit the area of effect, they may withdraw any items that have been removed from their persons. If any items that were previously deposited in the sealed container cannot be found after returning from within the area of effect, this is to be reported to research staff assigned to the object, who will promptly search SCP-1039 for the item. If the item cannot be found in SCP-1039, such an incident is most likely theft, and is to be reported to Site Security, who will execute an independent investigation of the matter to the best of their abilities. Under no circumstances are other SCP objects or other items specifically protected by the Foundation, either for research or any alternative reasons, to be brought within SCP-1039's area of effect, unless a Security Clearance Level 5 Site Supervisor has specifically instructed this course of action be executed in order to research the effects of SCP-1039 on these objects in a controlled environment. Description: SCP-1039 is a 30 cm tall, 13 cm wide doll, constructed mostly of a tightly woven textile fiber, with artwork on the torso resembling that of a crude human ribcage. The head of SCP-1039 is composed of hardened clay, molded into a grotesque and misshapen human skull. The back of SCP-1039 is marked with a symbol of unclear cultural origin, and has yet to be translated. This is, of course, redacted, as it has recently been translated by Dr. SCP-1039 displays the ability to instantaneously and remotely transport items within an estimated 40-meter radius from their initial locations into the interior of its own body. As SCP-1039 is mostly a hollow fabric sac, aside from the clay-molded headpiece, items are transported from their original location to within the empty interior torso area of the fabric body. SCP-1039 appears to only transport a single item at a time, and the incidents of said transportation are inconsistent and seemingly random. Staff who have had their personal belongings transferred to the inside of SCP-1039 report that the item disappears from their person and seems to instantly rematerialize within the body of SCP-1039. Any object forcibly placed into the interior of SCP-1039 will be transported to another random location within the 40-meter area of effect. How SCP-1039 remotely displaces the foreign objects has not yet been determined. SCP-1039 was not originally recovered with any objects inside of it. During the review of surveillance footage, assigned staff began to notice regular bursts of visual static, after which the viewing personnel reported that SCP-1039 had relocated itself to another area of the cell. The static, along with the movements of SCP-1039, appear to occur at random intervals. Whether or not SCP-1039 is the direct cause of the wall-mounted cameras malfunctioning is undetermined, but despite the remote surveillance footage displaying SCP-1039's apparent teleportation abilities, when personnel enter the containment cell, SCP-1039 is always located in the center point of the chamber. The object does not demonstrate any shifts in location or characteristics of movement for as long as the individual remains within the confines of the cell. The head of SCP-1039 has been known to turn towards agents within the containment cell, independent of the body, as if staring at them. Many personnel has reported increased discomfort and paranoia as the head of SCP-1039 continues to follow their movement across the chamber. All items extracted from within SCP-1039 seem to give off an odor similar to that of gasoline exhaust for several hours. The cause of this remains unknown. Now, experiment logs. There are 3 experiment logs. However, they are pretty lengthy, so I will not go into full detail over them. However, you all are welcome to access them. They are within the article file, and the article file is located within the description box below. Do not worry, there are no restrictions, so anyone or any researcher wishing to view these experiment files are more than welcome to. Now, an addendum. Since throughout experimentation was initially on SCP-1039, the object seems to demonstrate more aggressive behavior than before. Several Class Ds have had eyes, tongues, and teeth removed by SCP-1039 since testing on the object began. Additionally, SCP-1039 appears to transport items both in and several meters outside of its area of effect at a much faster rate than before. No more testing is to be performed on SCP-1039, and no personnel are permitted within the 40 meters of the object until further notice. Now, there are 2 doctor's notes that have been recorded on this SCP. I shall play the first one now.
SCP-1039 has begun transporting the surveillance camera within its containment cell into itself. A more secure method of remote surveillance is requested.
Alright, and now for our next doctor.
The symbol on the back of SCP-1039 has been identified. It appears to originate from... The symbol itself has been translated to mean gluttony or corpulence.
Alright. Well, like I said, an interesting case indeed. I did have one researcher suggesting that we upgrade of the increased hostility of the said item to a cater classification rather than a Euclid. However, I reminded him that just because it has just begun some recent hostility doesn't mean that it is initially a cater item. We must keep closer tabs on the item in question and make sure that it does not come to that. But nevertheless, it has been proving to be a little bit more cooperative with our research, and so I highly doubt that a cater classification is within reason. But then again, you never know with these things here in the Foundation. Anyway, thank you so much, DesiPanda, for your request. If you would also like your favorite SCP file read, either you are doing a research on the item in question, then please do not hesitate to leave a comment below. I will be more than glad and happy to help you all. Well, that is all the time that I have for today. This is Dr. Cool, 05 Command, signing